How does the Posse Comitatus Act prevent military policing? Imagine a nation where the military and law enforcement work hand in hand seamlessly, yet are kept distinctly separate to preserve the balance of power. This separation is carefully maintained through specific legal boundaries. One of the most important laws that enforces this division in the United States is the Posse Comitatus Act. Enacted in 1870, the Posse Comitatus Act was originally designed to limit the powers of the United States Army in domestic law enforcement. Over time, it was extended to include the United States Air Force and has influenced the roles of other military branches. The core purpose of this law is to prevent the military from acting as a police force within the country, ensuring civilian authority remains supreme over military power. The Act explicitly prohibits the use of the United States Army and United States Air Force to execute domestic laws unless explicitly authorized by Congress or the Constitution. This means that military personnel cannot perform tasks such as arresting individuals, conducting searches, or executing warrants within the United States unless specific exceptions are met. The law aims to prevent scenarios where military forces could potentially override civilian law enforcement agencies, which could threaten democratic governance and civil liberties. Certain exceptions exist where military involvement is permitted. For example, the military can assist law enforcement in specific circumstances, such as providing logistical support, surveillance, or disaster response. However, even in these cases, the military cannot directly engage in policing activities like making arrests or conducting investigations without explicit legal authorization. The National Guard, which is a reserve component of the military, can operate under state authority and perform law enforcement functions when under the command of state governors, but this is separate from the restrictions imposed by the Posse Comitatus Act. Legal measures and policies reinforce the Act's principles. For instance, the Department of Defense issues directives and regulations that restrict military personnel from engaging in law enforcement activities. Courts have also upheld the Act's provisions, emphasizing the importance of civilian control over military forces and the need to prevent military overreach within the United States. In summary, the Posse Comitatus Act acts as a legal safeguard that keeps the military from functioning as a domestic police force. It ensures that civilian law enforcement agencies retain authority over law enforcement duties, thereby protecting individual rights and maintaining the constitutional balance of power.